can find our desires. But when we stop making fires, we get ever so hot. Whether we like it or not. They say we can love who we try. But what is love without lust? Two hearts with accurate devotion. What feelings without emotions? Let's move towards making.
Before you start dyeing your shirt, you're going to want to wear a shirt and pants that don't matter if they get dirty. And you're going to need some rubber gloves. So now we have to prepare the sink to dye your shirt. And you want to put a Walmart bag or a garbage bag at the bottom of your sink, so if any of the dye splashes out, it won't stain it and look horrible. And you'll also want to put it in some type of bucket so the sink doesn't get dirty and all that, and you can let your shirt soak. And this is just an old ice cream bucket. Okay, so now you have to have about a half a gallon of really hot water. You can get it out of the spigot, and it doesn't have to be boiling hot. So I already have a bowl of really hot water, and we're going to pour it into the bucket. So I'm following the directions on my packet of dye, and it says to add about a tablespoon of salt into the water before you add the dye. So that is a tablespoon of salt, and we just poured it into the water. Now we're going to start adding the dye, and you only want to add a little bit, just enough to tint the color of the water. And now I'm just using a chunk of wood to mix all the dye together, so I think that's about the color that I want, so I'm just going to put my shirt in now. Here's my shirt. And you want to make sure that you get all of your shirt in it so it can get the color everywhere. And this is the color I want, so I'm going to keep dunking the shirt in and opening it up and redunking it so I make sure that I get the entire shirt dyed and there won't be creases or anything. Okay, after you're done dunking it to get all the dye everywhere, you want to let it sit for about a half hour so the dye can set in and all that jazz. Okay, so it's been about a half hour and this is what color I want my shirt, so we're going to take the bag out, and now we're going to rinse the shirt out in cold water until the water is completely colorless, so no pink will show. Once you're done rinsing it, just put it in the washing machine and wash it, and don't put it in the dryer, hang it up to dry, so yeah, but okay, you're done with dyeing. So last night I washed my shirt and hung it up, and this is what it came out to look like. It's a really light pastel pink, and it's exactly the color that I wanted. So my next step is to add my graphic, and then I'll be done with my shirt. This is the design I have for my shirt. You'll want to cut it out into like a square or a rectangle, but don't cut out your design yet. Next, you'll want to cut out a strip of your material a little bit bigger than what your pattern is. Next, you want to lay down your scrap of material you already cut out on top of the iron-on paper and cut it out about the same size of the material. Next, you want to put the rough side of the iron-on paper onto the back of your material. where the smooth side is facing towards you. Next, you'll want to take your iron and go over top of it several times to make sure that it sticks to your fabric. But don't do it so much that it burns. Now you want to put your designer pattern on the side of your paper that has the material stuck to it and pin it down. After you're done pinning it down, you'll want to carefully cut out your design. Now that my pattern's completely cut out, you'll want to flip it over and carefully peel off the back white cover, and then that'll make the back of it sticky and you can put that on your shirt. And now you've created an iron-on design. Now you'll want to lay your shirt down onto your table and take your pattern, or your design, and put it on your shirt wherever you want it. Gotta make sure that it's on there perfectly straight and exactly where you want it. Then once you got it right where you want it, just take your iron and iron over it until it looks like it's completely stuck. Then once you're done ironing, your shirt is completely done and you can wear it out and look fabulous.